G'day everyone, well welcome back. Another video. I'm in the backyard because again it is too hot to be going away anywhere. There's storms predicted, storms yesterday. This is the 7th weekend in a row that we have not been camping and it's bloody getting ridiculous. But it's not going to stop me from enjoying ourselves. I'm in the backyard and you might be able to see beside me here I've got some heat beads and you might be able to hear the noise in the background there. Got my little ice machine going, making ice, my little 12-volt ice machine, because going to make up some drinks later on and going to be good to have some ice, but going to cook up a roast today on the spit. And speaking of spits, I've got a brand new product to show you. Yes, I've been at it again. I didn't think I'd ever buy another barbecue spit because I have a great one and I've got previous videos about it. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to stop using it. I'll talk a bit more about that at the end of the video because I'm going to give you some likes and dislikes about the product that I'm about to show you. But today is not going to be a review video. It's basically going to be talking about the product, showing the product and telling you why I've bought it. So let's get into it. We won't jibber jabber too much, otherwise you won't want to watch. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like and subscribe. It's been amazing. But I've got the product behind me here, so I might bring the camera over a little bit closer over here. Okay, we'll just go a little bit closer so you can have a bit better look at it. Okay, so here it is here. It is a portable barbecue spit rotisserie. It's from Barbecue Creations. Paid for this myself, so it's not sponsored. I think it was $199 and it is absolutely amazing looking machine. I've read lots of reviews and seen they've sold about 39,000 of these in Australia, guys. Some really terrific videos going around on Facebook and YouTube of a bloke advertising these. He's got a real direct way of he talks. I'm not going to use it because I don't want to steal his things, but it caught.
G'day champion, take a look at this fucking beauty.
That right there is a master chef's wet dream. But if you think you're going to get perfectly cooked all off the bone meat like this using a gas or electric barbecue,
you're bloody dreaming.
It caught my eye and it was good to see good Aussie slang and humour being used to sell a product. So good on them. It did the job. It made me buy one. But let's show you the product. Now it comes in a box. You can buy these in different packages too, guys. Large, medium and small. You can get different size prongs and all that sort of thing. I got the large one. This will hold up to 2 fairly large roasts. So probably, you know, 12 kilos, 14 kilos. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll put the specification thing up on the screen because I don't remember everything about it just yet. Like I said, this is not a review saying whether the product's good, bad or indifferent. There is a couple of things I'll tell you at the end, just what I think might be a little bit of a downside about the product, but there's not a lot. I'm going to cook, like I said, cook up 2 roasts today and see how it goes, and I'll make up a better opinion once I do that because I know my other product I have, my Ozspit, does an amazing job, but this one here has some features that make it a little bit different. So what we'll do is I'll show you what I got in the box. I got 4 of these, so they're your barbecue meat prongs, all the screws and everything are in there. For those you get 1 spit thing with a little adjustment on there to stop it sliding off the product itself. You get a little motor and it takes 3 AA batteries. They reckon this will run for 16 hours, but that'll remain to be seen whether it does do that. Moves very slow, so it's not turning fast for a motor, so should do the job. And you also get some metal pieces like this. I'll show you how they go in a minute. They're for the spit, and these things here are for your sliding charcoal trays. That's what makes this product different to most other products that I've seen. You get 2 trays which all your charcoal goes into. So this is where you put all your wood charcoal. And as we know, meat tastes better when it's cooked on charcoal. You can try and cook it on gas, you can try and cook it on electric, but you just don't get the flavour and the aroma that you get by cooking on charcoal or over wood. These are all stainless steel, everyone, so no worries about rust. I think the end pieces are aluminium and stainless steel, so the build quality looks really good. This bottom section here, to me, this is your drip tray for where all the fat and everything goes, and I'll explain more about this later on. On the bottom you've got 2 legs that fold out and clip into position. So saying that, we'll move the camera back around and we'll set this all up, eh? Okay, let's get into it. I've got my fire pit down here, so legs fold out, sits nice and level. It's not a great height. It's actually a good height. When I say it's not a great height, it's not very high, so it probably sits about 400 millimeters off the ground. And this is your catch tray where all your fat goes. We'll put on the rotisserie pieces now. Now they just have a hole down the bottom here, and there's a wing nut and a nut on here. You just got to take that all the way off. Now there is a little nut inside there that you could possibly lose if you're pulling this apart, especially if you're going to camps and things. So make sure you either have a few extra nuts or screws, or make sure you really look after it if you're putting it up. This is the other piece, same thing, just goes up on the other end. Now you do notice, see this wobbles around a little bit, just pull the legs out and it'll stabilise it a little bit better. So we'll get all these on. There is a recess on the inside here where this nut goes into as well. I'm thinking what I might do is put a little bit of super glue or something on the inside there and stop those nuts from falling out, so that when I take those on and off I don't lose them, because I probably will pack this down when we're travelling. These pieces here are for your charcoal trays. Now these have another wing nut that you have to screw out. I forgot to say, you can put these in and out without taking the wing nut on it. Just put the wing nut in through the side there, and you can put them in and out, but you've got to do that before you put them on. So I'll have to take them off, put that in there, and then screw that back in there. I'll get both of these on. Okay, all on. Now these things here, if you loosen off the wing nuts, they slide up and down. So I'll just leave them off a fraction so you can see. You've got to grab them in the middle, hold your tongue the right way. You can see they slide up and down. Your little charcoal trays have grooves in the ends. Now you put the tapered piece to the inside, the wider piece to the back, or if you just make sure the Portable Spit sign is facing outwards. So there you go there. And I'll show you how this works now. So these 2 things here, the problem you have with most spits when you use them, your charcoal is either in a firebox or fire pit or on the ground, and your heat's coming up through here, you've got your meat running through here, it's spinning around and all the fat is dropping down over the fire. And it flares up, burns your meat and cooks the outside quicker than the inside, and your meat is unevenly cooked. This thing here, you slide these out, just enough, depending on the size of the meat you got. Your meat's in the centre, all the fat drops down into here. You line this with a bit of alfoil, or you could even put a couple of little aluminium trays or something in there, and that won't get all covered in grease and it'll be easy to clean up. But that's the beauty of this thing. And not only do they go in and out this way, they also go up and down this way. So you're going to use less charcoal, because obviously you'll have to have gloves on if you're doing this, because this is going to be quite warm. But you can raise that up. As your charcoal burns down, you get these closer to your meat, maybe move them in a fraction more, and you got more heat going onto your meat. So it's got a few settings to help you with your cooking process. That's what I love about it. So we'll get the rotisserie part on now. So the rotisserie part itself is really easy. There's a metal flange on here, and on this one here you can see it goes straight on there like that. Quite easy to put on. And your metal pole, the bigger rounder end goes in there. Your other end goes down there. Turn on your motor and away it goes. Pretty simple, and there's a lot less mucking around with having to have a separate fire pit. That's one of the things that drew me to this, because quite often when I'm using my other spit that I hammer into the ground, I've got to cook my meat over my fire pit where I normally sit around to keep warm, which makes it really difficult to cook meat and have a fire at the same time. So with this, I'll be still able to use my fire pit, but also be able to cook some meat in something that can be quite easily picked up by two people and moved around, especially if you camp like I do and you get a lot of rain when you go camping. So I'm gonna get some meat ready, get my charcoal lit up. I'll use a charcoal starter, put my fire bricks in a charcoal starter, then pour them in here. Probably put about, I reckon, 8 or 9 bricks in either side, and then get my spit on here once they're all heated up. They take about 20 minutes or so to heat up. But you can put other attachments on this too. If you remember, with my other spit inside this beautiful Crazy Dog canvas bag, if you ever want any bags, get onto Crazy Dog canvas. I'm going to get him to make a bag up for this as well. You can buy a bag for these, but they look pretty cheap. They're like 20 bucks, but I'm going to get Crazy Dog to make me a really good bag for it. He made this bag for my little basket spit rotisserie, and this will fit perfectly on this. You can buy one of these off this company, one of these baskets, but I already had this one, so there was no need for me to buy another basket. So I'll just do the little nuts up there, and there you go there. I can put in some chicken, some meat, my boerewurst. I hope I said that right, my South African boerewurst, and cook it up in here. I'll put a photo of it up on the screen. But really looking forward to using this. You can get the round ones as well, so if you want to cook up potatoes, I could probably put potatoes in that as well. And there's multiple things attachments you can put onto these. You can also get a little weighted thing if your meat's a little bit out of center, so that it helps with the rotation. But that's about it so far. So let's get the meat done, get a cook up done, and I'll let you know the results at the end. Cheers everyone. Okay, just as I get everything ready, the wind has come up, but luckily with this fire pit we don't really have to worry. There is no fire bans at the moment too, if you're wondering. They've all been cancelled around here with all the rain we've had, but it is still quite warm. It's about 39 degrees today. There is a lot of heat coming off there, so as you can see I've got about 12 or 14 fire bricks and got it divided up over each side of the fire table there. And the good thing about this is you're going to use less bricks, and because you can move it up and down or in and out and get that heat going to your meat. So we'll get the meat out here, we'll get it on, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, we've got our meat on. So we've got a piece of pork, a piece of lamb, and we've got some potatoes, pumpkin, or potatoes, sweet potato, and carrots. And I got my heat beads in there. I actually have thrown in some more because they should light up as the other ones start burning down. And what I've done is I've pushed these in just about all the way. There's a little bit of a gap in the centre. You can see I've got my foil down the bottom here to catch the fat. And once this starts heating up and dripping fat, I can move these out a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. So it should take a couple of hours, but when you're doing stuff like this, you're not in a hurry. You just put it on and you sit back and drink a few beers and enjoy yourself. So I'm going to sit out the back here, keep an eye on the fire, and make sure it goes okay. But so far I'm really impressed. Like I said, with this little one here, the advantage over this is we could have another fire pit over here, sit around this and still have our meat cooking over there. And I tell you what, you can smell the difference having good wood charcoal. These are actually wood charcoal briquettes, and that should put a really nice smoky flavour into all that meat. So stay tuned for the results. Cheers everyone. Okay, we're about 40 minutes into our cook up. I've moved the little trays apart a little bit, thrown a little bit more charcoal in, but as you can see the meat is coming along beautifully, and you might be able to see down in the bottom there, the end of my finger, you can see the fat, just as I talk about it, a piece drips down there. So none of the fat is dripping onto the charcoal, it's all going into the tray down the bottom, which stops the flare-ups, which causes flames and overcooking your meat. So it is, charcoal's at about, there you can see, 300 degrees. Meat's at around the 80, 90s, 150s. Potatoes 160s. So it's coming along nicely. Slow and steady, that's how you want it. I'm making myself a few drinks. I've got my ice machine going over here, making up some ice, running it off my All Powers R300. This is a little inverter charger. Going to do a video on it soon, guys, so stay tuned for that one. Got a solar panel that goes with it, 20 amp hours. Absolutely perfect for charging up camera batteries, running small appliances. Nice ice, so you can make drinks when you're camping or when you're stuck at home because of the weather. Cheers everyone. Okay everyone, it is now a couple of hours later, and this is done. I have been really impressed with this. I had to throw a little bit more charcoal in. Probably next time I'll put the pork on the inside, the lamb on the outside, but other than that, have a look at those veggies. Look how golden brown they look. And Annie's bit of lamb is cooked up beautifully. The pork is cooked up beautifully. We haven't had many flare-ups. I've moved the trays in a little bit closer over the last half hour, but look at all the fat down there. So I'll let that dry out, pull the foil out, and that'll be as clean as buggery. Throw the coals out. So what we'll do is I'll get this all plated up, and then I'll finish off, eh? Cheers everyone. Okay, we've got it all off. Pit's all cooling down. Jasper's there wanting to know what I'm eating. Have a look at this. Annie's looks just the same, except she's got a little, no pork. There's me pork. Have a look how beautiful that has cooked up. There you go there. Imagine having that when you're out camping. That looks absolutely amazing. So I will have a little bit here now, eh? I think I got some grease on the camera lens there. Wipe that off. So I'll try a bit, eh? Try a bit of the pork. Here we go there. You can taste the charcoal flavour in it. There's a bit of lamb. Oh mate, that is absolutely beautiful. the veggies are cooked up to perfection. So I know I said this wasn't going to be a review video, but if first impressions are anything, this thing is bloody amazing. There is thousands of reviews on this on their website, and they're all good. With over 39,000 products sold, I'm glad I come across their social media posts, because I'm going to be taking this with me whenever I go camping now, because it is absolutely amazing. We have had horrendous winds here all afternoon, and this pit was not affected in any way, because you're using charcoal. All the fat is drooping down the middle there. You can see it all on the tray. I'll let that cool down. Barbecue Creations, what a bloody ripper of a product. Downsides, I said I'd talk about a few. The AAA batteries, maybe. You just got to make sure you got a few spares, but with 16-hour runtime, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Just keep track of how much you're using it. Make sure you got spare batteries with you. You only takes 3, so don't think it's really a problem. The only other thing, it is a little bit tricky pulling these trays in and out. I found I just got my barbecue tongs and grabbed hold of it there and just pulled those out like that. And the other thing is you really have to wear gloves to move it up and down. That's probably the only downside. And just the grub screws, like I was talking about that when I put it together, they are a little bit fiddly, but it's only about a 3-minute setup time, so it's not much out of your day. So I think it's a great product. I'm looking forward to using this on many more camping trips. I'm going to shut up now because I want to go enjoy this before the flies do and before it gets cold. So if you've got any questions, queries or comments, leave them down below. I'll leave links in the description where you can find this product. Like I said, it's not a sponsored video. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, look after each other, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll quickly look in here. I won't put the camera on Annie, but I'll say, Annie, how's your meal? How's the meat? Beautiful. Annie just said the meat is absolutely beautiful. She's absolutely loving it. So, okay everyone, look after each other, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Cheers everyone. Have a great day. One last thing before I go. I just forgot something. Crackling. There it is there. I left it inside. Listen to that. That sounds like crackling should sound. So that's it. See ya. Bye. I'm going to enjoy. See yas.